Becky Lynch has a chance at a fresh start now that her WWE contract has expired and she is officially a free agent. While we don't know what exactly is next for Becky, we do know that as one of, if not the biggest free agents to hit the market this year, she is in a position to get herself a record-breaking deal. With the likes of Mercedes Moné, Kazuchika Okada, and Will Ospreay all said to have signed multi-year, multi-million-dollar deals with All Elite Wrestling, and the likes of Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, and Dominic Mysterio all said to have signed similar deals to stay with WWE, it is a matter of time before Becky Lynch eventually signs a deal with a company and becomes what I believe will be the highest paid women's wrestler in the game today. She has a chance to break every record set by the likes of Mercedes Moné or Charlotte Flair as far as highest grossing women's wrestler in the world, and she deserves every bit of it. Look at her rise over the last number of years in professional wrestling, from Becky Lynch, an up-and-coming babyface in NXT, to the man Becky Lynch at the top of the main roster in WWE. What she was able to accomplish in 2018 and 2019 not only revitalized her character, but gave WWE a shot of adrenaline that it really needed at the time. They were in booking hell with Vince McMahon, who wasn't exactly putting together logical storylines. This was during a time where WWE was arguably at its worst, where Monday Night Raw most weeks was unwatchable, and where the product itself was waning. And this is, remember, before AEW even became a thing. So you had a situation where the wrestling world was really looking for that next big time breakout star, and we found it in Becky Lynch. And we all remember that big shot at the end of the beatdown between Raw and SmackDown going into Survivor Series 2018. That now iconic shot of a bloodied nose Becky Lynch in the crowd among the masses, pointing at Ronda Rousey and company and basically telling them, to steal a quote from John Cena, "If you want some, come get some." She was ready to fight, and that spirit endured over the next few months as she won the Women's Royal Rumble, main evented WrestleMania, becoming the first woman to do so along with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, and came away victorious as Becky Two Belts. This is someone who, even after that, was able to maintain that momentum, come back from having a child, be over, and do it in a different and creative way with big-time Becks. Becky Lynch has been able to adapt, has been able to do everything that has been given to her, and also, and this is something that many of her critics will not give her credit for, but she 100% deserves, she has put over so many young and up-and-coming wrestlers. What she was able to do with the women's title in NXT and the feud with Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus in helping give younger wrestlers a boost is something that I think is lost on a lot of people, because we are so used to seeing Becky Lynch at the top of the game, at the top of the food chain, at the top of every single women's wrestler's list, because that's where she belongs and that's where people perceive her. And I think because she's so good and because she's so over, that's why people perceive that, well, she doesn't really put anyone over, when the truth of the matter is she does, and she gives other wrestlers the shine. And when you look towards free agency and what is possible for Becky Lynch, prevailing sentiment is that she will likely stay with WWE after taking an extended absence. It's even been reported that she will eventually resign, that people don't expect her to go anywhere. But the expectation is also that eventually AEW will make a massive offer to sign Becky Lynch. And we need to remember, this is during a time where AEW is negotiating a TV deal where they are expected to get a significant rights increase on their TV deal, which will most definitely give them more leverage and resources than ever to sign as many free agents and be as aggressive as they can possibly be in competing with WWE. And one thing we know about Tony Khan is, if the right person is out there, he will go find them. If the right wrestler is out there, he will make sure they get paid. And if the right man Becky Lynch is out there, I would expect them to make a massive offer. As far as what Becky wants to do, that is going to dictate this entire situation. If she truly wants to stay with WWE, she has the leverage to do that because she is the best. If she decides to go to AEW and take money and also refresh the playing field, because one of the things that I think could help with the negative perception that Lynch has amongst wrestling fans is to go and have a fresh start in a company like AEW, where you can do fresh feuds, new matchups, and a new outlook on what Becky Lynch, or in that case, probably Becky Quinn, could be. But as far as what's next for Becky Lynch, I guess we'll see.